So today I'm going to be sharing 5 things that you need to do so that you can get your butt over here and travel to China to come visit moi, or see more important things like the Great Wall of China, or visit a factory so you can start your own company. But visiting me is probably better. Stay tuned. Alright, so step number 1, you need to get your passport. In order to leave the USA, you must have a passport. And to leave most countries, you need a passport. So get your passport as soon as possible. If you have not committed a felony like me, or if you don't owe $2,500 or more in child support like me, you can get your passport. At least that's for U.S. citizens. Those are the only 2 things that are going to stop you from qualifying to get the passport. So if you are not a felon and you don't owe more than $2,500 in child support, you can get a passport. And right now I think the passports are $110. If you go to this website right here, I'm going to put it in the video, travel.state.gov I think it is. You can apply for your passport. You can also go to your local post office, fill in the application. I think you need your birth certificate, your social security number, and like your important information. And you also need a passport photo. You can get that taken at a CVS, a local pharmacy like Walgreens, and they already know what to do. Get your passport photo taken, have your birth certificate and social security card, go fill out the application and get your passport. Alright, number 2. So to get to China, you need to fly here, because I don't know if you would like to take a boat ride. But if you do, I'll see you in 100 days. But if you want to take a flight, please book your flight. I use many sites. I will link them here. Skyscanner is a great one to see what the going rates are, get a good price. Also, google.com/flights. You can kind of play around with the dates. You can also go directly to the airline's website to see what the prices are. Our friends that came to visit us, they flew into Hong Kong out of California, and they paid like less than $450. So it's not as expensive as you think. So if you plan to travel to China to see me, or if you want to see more important things like Tiananmen Square, or come to the Canton Fair, which is like the world's largest trade fair, or come visit me, you are going to need to book your flight. So do that second. And after you book your flight, book your hotel. There's Airbnb here, but I suggest for first timers who don't speak Mandarin Chinese to book a hotel. All the top hotel chains are here. You have Hilton, Marriott, Hyatt. You have all of those, and then you also have Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn is here, people. You can come to China. It's actually possible. But if you do have some level of command for Mandarin, staying in the Airbnb could be a second choice. But do whatever you want to, however you like to travel. If you're the type of traveler that likes to experience local culture, I highly recommend getting an Airbnb. There's also a Chinese version of Airbnb, but if you don't read Mandarin, it's pointless. I don't read Mandarin, so I don't use it, and I live here. So book your hotel, and after you book your flight and you have a place to sleep, so step number 3, you need to get a visa. Not a visa like this, but an actual visa into your passport. And the way you get a visa is you need to send it into the Chinese consulate that's closest to your home, or you can go up there yourself. However, that's too much. Don't do that. I don't recommend that. What I recommend, and what my husband has used and many people I know have used, is mychinavisa.com. Link here. This is how you do. You type mychinavisa.com in, you go to the website. The first thing you'll notice is each state, and I'm speaking, this is for Americans, each state has a specific consulate that you will send to. So before I moved to China, my permanent residence was in the state of Georgia, so I had to send my actual passport. Yes, you have to send your actual passport to Houston, Texas. So depending on where you stay is where you stay in. And if you live in that state, you can actually go up there. You do pay a service fee. It's very affordable if you're traveling internationally. So now Americans can get 10-year visas. So even if you can't do everything your first time that you come to China, you can actually come back again and again for 10 freaking years. So this is how a visa looks. Not a Visa credit card, so you don't need to get that. But travel to China, you do need a visa before you come. And in order to get the tourist visas, a lot of times they will want you to already have your flight and your hotel accommodations already booked. So that's why I told you to do that in step number 2 before you get your visa in step number 3. Also note, and when you get your visa for China, you have to travel within 60 days after receiving the visa. So you can't get the visa and then come Christmas time come to visit me or Shanghai or me. No, you have to come 2 months after getting that visa. So make sure that when you come, that's why I made it step number 3. You already have the visa in your passport, so you already have your booking before that. Hey, Saray. All right, so step number 4, traveling within China. So I'm pretty sure if you've taken a 15-hour flight all the way from there, I don't know. If you've taken a 15-hour flight, I'm sure you want to see a lot of this country. But remember, this visa is good for 10 years, so no need to rush. But if you're in a rush and you can't come back to China, there is a great resource called Suitestamps. It's all in English, and you can book your travel within China. I personally prefer train travel within China. Their train system is highly efficient. You can also travel by plane. However you like to travel, you can do it in China, and Ctrip is a great resource to use to figure out how you're going to navigate China, because this is a foreign land. You probably don't know the language. You definitely don't know the way of life. If you haven't been here, it's completely different. So I would definitely recommend using a resource like Ctrip.com. This kind of is the reason why number 4 exists. The language barrier, Mandarin, English, blah, blah, blah. What is Mandarin? What is Chinese? What is this? Mandarin Chinese is the official language of China, so everyone here speaks it. However, there are provinces that have dialects and micro-dialects, so sometimes even Chinese people don't understand Chinese people. I know, it's crazy. For example, I live in Shenzhen, which is South China, and the people that are in Beijing, which is North China, speak not a completely different language, but the dialect is different. For example, Shenzhen is in Guangdong, so the people in Guangdong speak Cantonese similar to the people in Hong Kong, because they're like homies, they related. That's how they got there. They was cousins before, until they put the border up. Bonus tip, Hong Kong is not a part of mainland China, although we've been told so all of our life. Ding. Okay, so the language, how to navigate, how can I, this American, very American, navigate this foreign land? Watch YouTube videos, look up some Mandarin, know a little basic, but just know this, English is a world language. And when you're traveling, more than likely someone will know English. Maybe in China you kind of got to pray for them if you aren't in a big city, but I've been blessed to always have someone that speaks English to fly on by and help me out. But if you don't learn, I would highly recommend you watch a YouTube video, also download an app, a translation app onto your smartphone or whatever you're going to be using. Have an app. If you old school, have a translation book. Just know that there is a language barrier and you're going to have to deal with it, and it's okay because that's why you're traveling, right? Ding. Alright, so bonus time, bonus tip. If you want to travel in China, I want you to leave your ideas of how to live and how to do things at home, because when you travel, you are literally paying to expose yourself to someone else's culture, someone else's food, someone else's way of life. So come here with a very open mind, because I can attest that this country that I'm currently living in is completely different from any other country you've ever been. And when you come, I don't want you to complain. I want you to embrace it, learn, understand why they do the things they do. Also talking to the local people, eating the local food. Don't come here to eat McDonald's, although they do have McDonald's and Burger King. I am guilty of having McDonald's and Burger King. However, eat Chinese food. Don't ask for a fork or a spoon. Literally try to eat with chopsticks. Like seriously, embrace the culture. You are not about to fly 15 hours to just be an American or Canadian or from a Western country. No, you're coming to enjoy the Chinese experience. Alright. Alright, so those are my 5 tips, technically 6. Watch you some YouTube videos, learn you some Mandarin Chinese, just the basics, at least learn how to say hello. Where's the food? Where's the bathroom? You know, those kind of important things. And I can't wait for you to come visit moi in China. Unless, of course, you're coming to do important things. Like come see me. Alright, thank you for watching my video, How to Travel to China. Please be sure to subscribe below, like and comment any questions you may have that I can answer, or maybe that you can tell me that maybe I should have included in this video. Thank you so much for watching Suitestamps. I am the Spivey, and I look forward to teaching you more about China and travel later in more videos. Alright, peace. That was pretty damn good. Go girl, it's your birthday. I am making this video a little selfishly because I want you, well, the people that I know, not the creepy ones, to come visit me. What am I talking about today? How to travel to China in 3, 2,